This is John for JohnG'sBeat.com. Today I'm on the beat, virtually on the beat, with one of my favorite guys, creator, writer, everything else. I could throw a whole bunch of titles your way. It's Dirk Manning. How are you, man?
It's good to see you, man. Thank you so much for having me on. It's nice to see you virtually since we don't get to see each other at C2E2 for a little while yet.
Yeah, God, I don't. The last time I saw you, I couldn't even tell you when it was, but hopefully we'll see you in December. C2E2 is planned for December, and I will definitely be there.
Yeah, me too. We have to stay safe, obviously.
Yeah.
Staying safe is paramount. Keeping ourselves safe, keeping other people safe. But that being said, I think by December we'll be in a much better place as long as we keep doing what we have to do. And I look forward to seeing you there as well. Yeah, it's been too long, man.
It has. So let's jump into it. The reason why I got you here is the Tony Schiavone book you're working on. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. There's a few other things I'm going to throw out first.
Okay.
You've got a lot of projects. You got a lot of series projects. Could you tell us a little bit about each of them, like Right or Wrong? You got Tales of Mystery. You got The Nightmare World. You got Hope, which is with Kaylin Smith, another one of my favorites. Could you go through a little bit of each of those?
Yeah, totally. I guess maybe not going in quite the exact order, but I'll try. I'll see if I can remember the order here.
Well, I was out of order. Feel free.
Yeah, no, that's all right. It's a good challenge. It keeps my brain limber. Right or Wrong, Volume 2 is in production. That's one of the things I've been working on during our time off during the pandemic. I've got about 2/3 of it. The first draft fully written, things like that. I'll be releasing Right or Wrong Volume 2 in 2022, along with a re-release of a new, a second edition of Right or Wrong Volume 1. And the second edition is going to have about a third new content, just updating a lot of stuff. I'm really big on making sure that if I'm re-releasing previous content, I want to give people a reason to rebuy it if they so choose,
Sure.
So Right or Wrong Volume 1 still be the same book, but I've just peppered in some new stuff. I've sprinkled in some new stuff. I've gone ahead and updated a lot of the, like technology references have changed tremendously. I think it's important to recognize, for example, that I came up in the era of message boards, but talking about message boards as a promotional vehicle now is non-existent. It's like, oh, dial them on your rotary, or if you get a busy signal, call back. It's things that don't really exist anymore. So really excited about that. Really excited about Right or Wrong Volume 2 to come out next year. Tales of Mystery. A little bit later this year, we'll be launching the Kickstarter for Tales of Mystery Volume 5. It's called Rockstar Paranoia. It's the beginning of Act 2 of the series with Austin McKinley as artist. I've worked with Austin on Nightmare World, several other projects. He's on Butts and Seats. Phenomenal guy. Austin was actually the original series colorist on Tales of Mystery Volume 1 back in the day, and has since illustrated stories here and there. But this will be our first long-form project together, and I'm super excited. We have really big stuff lined up for this. Tales of Mystery is going to be moving over to SourcePoint Press, who's been publishing a lot of my work, so I'm really excited about that. We're also going to be releasing, alongside with Volume 5, a compendium or an omnibus of the first 4 volumes of Mystery. And again, going back to what I said before, we're going to have a brand new new cover for the omnibus by James O'Barr, creator of The Crow. And Volume 1 is going to be in full color by the original series colorist, so that there's a very consistent look through those first 4 volumes in this big omnibus. So I'm really excited about that. Nightmare World, the book that keeps on going. I've realized that Nightmare World may be, maybe not hold the record, but at least tie the record, or definitely amongst the books that has been published by more publishers. It's a creator-owned book that's been published by more publishers than just about any other comic book in the United States.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And we're continuing that trend by, we're going to be reprinting a version of the Nightmare World Omnibus, probably like a mass market trade paperback edition through SourcePoint Press.
Wow.
So we have some exclusive news for you. There you go. So,
Scoops. I love the scoop.
Yeah, the scoop, man. I haven't seen you in a while. So we're really excited about that. Moving ahead on that. Obviously, Butts and Seats is taking up a lot of time right now, but that will be happening as well. SourcePoint Press just signed a distribution deal with Simon & Schuster. So Nightmare World's a book they see a lot of value in having the omnibus out there available again. So rather than the big fancy tricked out hardcover, we're going to do a compendium style omnibus of Nightmare World for bookstores. Hope Volume 2. I am so anxious to get back to Hope. Hope Volume 2 is plotted right now. So we have the story arc for Volume 2. My intention is to get that out in 2022 as well. And there's a couple other little surprises sprinkled in here and there. You know, we had the surprise drop of Buried But Not Dead. So that came out, during the pandemic. Really excited about the reception of that. That'll be in bookstores later this year. And now now we're just moving ahead with Butts and Seats, the Tony Schiavone story.
So let's hear about it. I know from talking to you in the past over these 10 years maybe.
Yeah.
I know you're wrestling, so I'm very excited that you're writing them. So tell me all about it. How did it come to be?
Yeah, well, and like you said, I've always been an unabashed professional wrestling fan. I think there was a long time when, just like with horror, people had to kind of, or felt like they had to be kind of reserved or kind of like, quiet about, I like professional wrestling. And I've never been that way, man. It's like, if I like something, I just put it on blast and that's it. So, and you and I over the years have always talked about professional wrestling, camera or off camera. So with this book, it is a biography written with Tony Schiavone about the life of Tony Schiavone in wrestling. His life in and out of wrestling. The book actually starts when he is a teenager and discovers professional wrestling with his Uncle John, to going from buying tickets to the first ever live wrestling event for his family, to his whole career through wrestling, including that 18-year period when he got out, and then what brought him back in.
Yeah.
I embraced an anthology-style approach to the book, 10 different main chapters in the book, illustrated by 10 different artists. We have unlocked through a flabbergasting, mind-blowing Kickstarter. We've unlocked, amongst other things, 4 bonus stories. We're going to have 4 additional artists on those. As of the time we're talking now, and people can go to buttsandseatscomic.com and see the Kickstarter. We have unlocked, as of this writing, a $20,000 goal, over $112,000 in pre-sales.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, man, and again, you and I go way back. I mean, to even say that out loud just blows my mind. We know that wrestling fans are very passionate about wrestling and they love wrestling. And I know I put together a Kickstarter. Source Point Press is a great publisher. Tony has a mega audience in and of himself. And I guess you combine all that and you get this campaign, which it's just been mind-blowing, And then the promotional videos that a lot of the wrestlers from AEW have been dropping and things like that, Today we dropped Chris Jericho cutting a promo on the book, We've had Cody Rhodes, MJF, just an amazing Britt Baker, an amazing array of talent supporting the book, excited about the book. It's pretty cool. And I'm excited that there's a lot of people who don't normally read comics who are buying this book, and for them to see the power of the medium, the diversity of the artists we have in this book, and really just hopefully bring them into the fold on more and more stuff.
Now he did baseball announcing too. Is any of that? Is that in the book? It
is. In fact, it is. When he left WCW and went into baseball announcing, that is covered in the book.
Okay, cool.
So that time away, and then what brought him back in. So that is absolutely in there. We cover everything from when he first discovered professional wrestling, all the way up to his time now in all the wrestling in AEW, which is a promotion that's been really reinvigorating a lot of interest in professional wrestling and stuff.
Absolutely. So how long is the Kickstarter program, or would you call it a program? The
campaign.
Campaign. Thank you. I was at a loss for words there. How long does that run, and when do we expect the book to actually appear?
The campaign ends Friday, April 16th.
Okay.
So it'll end then. We are closing in on unlocking our 17th stretch goal, which is crazy. After that, the book is pretty much done, honestly. We have to finish up the lettering and things like that. Our letterer, Justin Birch, him and his wife just had a baby a little bit early, so that's okay. We very much want to make sure we support our creators, support our team, and give them
Sure.
get settled there. But we anticipate a fairly quick turnaround for the book. We also know that AEW and SourcePoint Press both have very strong professional relationships with ReedPop. So don't be surprised if, in Chicago, for example, is a wrestling town, December, we'll see. It's not my place to go into details, but I think astute fans will recognize that C2E2 has always been one of my favorite shows. It's a flagship show for me. It's a flagship show for SourcePoint Press. AEW has a partnership there as well.
Yeah, they had a major presence last year at C2E2.
Yes, exactly.
And I met most of the talent. A few of the lines were just way too long.
Sure.
I couldn't even get in. But I met MJF and probably a good 8 or 9 of them, and they're all fantastic. MJF stayed in character the entire time, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
But that was perfect.
Even when he cut a promo for the book, he was one of the first guys to cut like a heel promo, so really like an anti-promo. And then you got guys like Eddie Kingston and stuff who stay in character for a minute and then kind of veered out and kept MJF is just a classic old school heel, and I just chef's kiss.
I agree, man. So how cool is it for you? As a unabashed wrestling fan, I'm sure you've listened to Schiavone broadcast events for years. Absolutely. How cool is it for you to work with him, and then eventually you're going to see your book, with Schiavone?
Yeah. We've already talked about doing the signings and stuff like that. We've done some podcast appearances together, and obviously we've been talking for a year. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. It's mind blowing. I was just reflecting on the fact that, this past year has, and that time between 2019 and 2021 as well, cost so many people so much, and myself included. And to go from that to, having the surprise drop for Babe But Not Dead to about $15,000 in 15 days, and getting nominated for a Ringo Award with Haunted Highlands, and now working with Tony Schiavone. And after a year of working on this book with our team, to have this book come to fruition, and now to know it's going to be in Simon & Schuster, the AEW is going to be promoting the book, and then I get to hand pick all the artists to bring into this book and get to elevate, my peers and a lot of my friends and collaborators who have been with me through thick and thin, and have this monster campaign that has truly has blown away all of our expectations. It's pretty awesome. It's just pretty, it's humbling, honestly. There's no way to explain it, and I'm proud of the book too. I'm proud of this book. I'm proud of what we're going to be able to achieve with this book now and moving forward. So it's crazy. It's cool, man.
Man, I've been jonesing and excited from the minute I saw that you posted that you were going to do it, and then I've watched the campaign just explode, and I couldn't be happier for you, man.
Thank you.
Without revealing secrets, unless you want to, is there any potential more other wrestling books?
I don't think I'm talking out of school by saying a lot of people have noticed the success we're having with this campaign. And again, it's not like I invented wrestling comics. Wrestling comics have been around forever. But we definitely, I think, have demonstrated the power of a certain model, of a certain approach. And again, big credit goes to, I mentioned this on other things as well, but giving attorney Mike Dawkins is a good friend of mine. He helped put this together as well, connected me with Tony and stuff like that for us to all kind of start working together. There's definitely talk, even as we now get towards the end of the campaign. Tony and I have been joking about what's he going to do next? And Tony Schiavone is an unabashed comic fan as well. Last year at C2E2, he had to ship all of his swag back because he couldn't even get it all on the plane. So if you saw Tony the show, back stuff, So he's been kind of talking too about, oh man, what are we gonna do next, and how much this is opening the floodgates, or if you're an AEW fan, the forbidden door, you know, um, and a lot of the people at Source Point as well are big wrestling fans. It's funny. I think back to like times that editor-in-chief Travis McIntyre and I have been at shows together during major pay-per-views, and like instead of going out to the after parties or whatever, we would stay back and like watch the pay-per-view. you know, so he's a big wrestling market as well, and yeah, stay tuned. I mean, the other thing I guess I would say is people that subscribe to ad-free shows, which is a wrestling family of podcasts. We did a little bonus comic with them that for people subscribe to ad-free shows with Conrad Thompson. And
right, sure.
Yeah, thank you. And so I'm a horror guy through and through, but obviously I do other stuff besides horror. But I'm also very much a wrestling guy. People that know me know like the foundation of the things that Dirk Manning likes are horror, heavy metal, ice cream, professional wrestling are some of the foundational elements of what I like, and comics, obviously. So stay tuned. That's a very long answer to a very short question, and a long answer which I didn't say much.
But you did. You did. So before I let you go, since you brought it up, I had it here in my notes. I wanted to talk about the very serious topic of ice cream.
Yes.
So I know you're an ice cream aficionado.
That's very accurate.
So I need to know your favorite ice cream shops, your favorite toppings, and what type of cone do you prefer?
Oh my goodness. Well, a good waffle cone surpasses any cone, and I think that pretty much goes without saying.
Agreed.
Favorite ice cream shop, Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream. They are based out of Columbus, Ohio. However, they now have them in Chicago. They have them other places as well. So when I get to return to Chicago, I can go to Logan Square, whatever, and go to Jenny's, which is pretty awesome. My all-time favorite ice cream flavor, though, Jenny's did one I loved. It's discontinued now, so I'm not gonna twist a knife on people that can't get it. But my favorite ice cream flavor is actually not a Jenny's flavor, although Jenny's my favorite ice cream shop and my favorite ice cream in the country. But my favorite flavor is actually a Baskin-Robbins flavor. It's their chocolate fudge, which is just fantastic. Jenny's does a really good darkest chocolate, which is also, again, just amazing. But I'll tell you what, man, Baskin-Robbins chocolate fudge is just a great ice cream flavor. And it's one that I think a lot of people can get, which is why I like to recommend it. It's very rich. It's very dark. It's like me. It's very dark, but hopefully very pleasant as well.
Yes.
But for people that want to go out and like, what's Dirk Manning's favorite ice cream flavor, and be able to get it maybe more easily than you can Jenny's Splendid, although they do mail order. Baskin-Robbins chocolate fudge is a super dark chocolate-based ice cream that is probably my favorite current flavor and has been for many years.
And where do you stand on toppings for the ice cream? Do you throw the sprinkles in? Do you throw the?
It's a good question. I'm not. In fact, for a long time, I really couldn't get into a lot of the Ben and Jerry's ice creams. Despite a lot of the cool stuff Ben and Jerry do, because I historically don't like a lot of stuff in the ice cream. I've never been a sprinkles guy. Back in the day when I would, or currently, you go to McDonald's, get the sundae. I wouldn't want nuts. I want the ice cream. Maybe a little sauce on it or something. I have found there are some Ben & Jerry's flavors that I like and enjoy, but I've never been a sprinkles guy or Jinkies guy, whatever you want to call it. To me, but I'm the same way with like a good hamburger, for example. Put cheese on it. Maybe that, and you just boom. It should stand on its own merit. So
I agree completely. That's my philosophy.
That's why we're friends, man, right?
The good product needs very little accoutrement, as they say.
Right. I mean, you can add that to enhance the flavor palette or whatever. Like at Jenny's, I'll get 3 different flavors of ice cream. I get
sure,
and mix it up. Or Gotham Market in New York has great ice cream, and you do that. You mix up your flavors and stuff, but it needs to be able to stand on its own. And I guess even, going back to comics like Butts and Seats, I talked about how we have like we're about to unlock the 17th stretch goal, which is really, really awesome stuff. And people that pre-order the book are going to get this deluxe hardcover edition, triple signed book plate, bonus comic, all this cool stuff. But this campaign is a 30-day campaign. The trade paperback edition itself also needs to stand on its own. And that's the thing, all the tchotchkes, all the other stuff, all the sprinkles, if you will, are cool, but it needs to stand on its own. So I guess while I take that approach with my own work, I also take that approach with food as well. Even pizza, I'll let people, how good is a plain pizza there? Like, oh no, you got to get the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I get it. You put bacon on anything, it's better. Cool, man. But how good is their plain?
Yes.
That's what I want to. How good is the plain burger? Maybe with cheese on it. And then go from there. So,
well, once again, I'm with you, sir. So now, before I let you go, your shot. Promote whatever you want. Give out your websites. Give out the Kickstarter stuff. It's all yours.
I appreciate it, man. Again, first and foremost, if you're watching this before April 16th, go to buttsandseatscomic.com. That will take you to the Kickstarter page for Butts and Seats, Tony Schiavone Story. We are closing in on 2,000 backers. We're over $112,000. The last Kickstarter goes at 120, so we're definitely within striking distance of that with a week left. buttsandseatscomic.com. All the stretch goals come with any pledge level that you get the Kickstarter exclusive hardcover. Those of you that have been around a while may be interested in knowing that DirkManning.com has gotten a complete facelift. I have greatly expanded the bibliography page. All my works are on there, going back to my self-published online stuff back in the day. I guarantee you that there's probably stuff listed, that bibliography alone, that people may not be aware of. The YouTube channel's linked down there, things like that. And then across social media, Facebook, Instagram, God help me, even Twitter, at Dirk Manning. Look for this little guy right here, the guy with the top hat and the scarf.
Your own Funko.
Yeah, someone, I actually have two of them in here. People made me a little custom of the Dirk Manning avatar. But
Nice.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, too ugly for Snapchat. I'm not there,
You're talking to me, pal.
yeah, I don't. I have nothing to snap or chat about, but
yeah.
But the three pillars, your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, active on those as well. People can follow what I'm doing. And at dirkmanning.com, there's a mailing list. You can sign up for the newsletter. I send out a newsletter once a month. Hopefully all killer, no filler, just staying in touch, and letting people know what's going on, projects coming out, as shows are returning, where we'll be returning to shows and signings and things of that nature.
Well, I signed up for your newsletter years ago. I follow you on social media. I am going to tomorrow get and pre-order the book because I think it's fantastic. I was so excited when it came out. I don't know why it took me this long to do it, but I am ordering it. I swear to you. I
know, hey man. I appreciate it. You're going to get so much bonus stuff. You're going to help us move towards unlocking that last stretch goal. And I get it, there's a lot of competition for a lot of stuff out there right now, but I appreciate your support. And just like I said, the fact that now you'll be able to get all that bonus stuff. Yeah, as long as people order the hardcover, you can do the tag team, which gets you the hardcover and the trade paperback, or the Give Me Everything, which of course has like everything. Everything that includes any pledge level that includes the hardcover. You get all the stretch goals. And that's the thing I want to let people know. So,
well, I'm encouraging everybody to check it out because I know your work. I've read your work. I love your work. I've been a fan of Schiavone. Obviously, we're both wrestling fans. So wrestling, but I do think that you don't have to be a wrestling fan to love this. So I'm just encouraging everyone to check.
And I appreciate you saying that too, because that is the last point I would make is that I think everyone's aware of professional wrestling. But this is really a book about Tony's life in professional wrestling. It's a respectful peek behind the curtain, but also just about his life from going as a fan to working in that industry and what that did, and then how he got out of it and got in other sports and then got back into it. And it's very entertaining. I think it's very informative at times, but I also think it's also very inspirational. Tony would hate me saying that. He's extremely humble. He hates when I put him over at all. But it's true. I mean, that's one of the reasons I was drawn to writing this book when given the opportunity for it, was because there's a very powerful, engaging, accessible story here for anybody. And hopefully a lot of neat things to learn and some life lessons to pick up as well. So yeah, thank you.
Then everybody's got to check out Butts and Seats. Check it out now. If you don't check it out now, at the Kickstarter campaign, check it out at some point, because this book is going to be awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Dirk, I appreciate your time, man. You go and have a great rest of the evening. And, you opened my eyes. I'm going to actually go this weekend because it's nice and warm out. I'm going to go to Jenny's, which I'm ashamed to say I've never been, but I'm going to go there and have some ice cream.
Yeah, please do. And, and again, talking about good people and stuff, I know Dolly Parton has a very limited edition flavor coming out, but I'm just going to tell you, as an aficionado, if you're going to treat yourself, get the trio, get 3 different complementing flavors, get the waffle cone wedge with it. Treat yourself, man. Treat yourself. So, and again, thank you for having me on, man.
Thank you, Dirk, man.
I look forward to seeing you in December. See to meet you is my intention.
Hopefully we'll see you later, buddy. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, buddy.